I'm a good streamer, chat. I promise. Although there's a small part of desire to keep asking on my part, I don't dare voice it out. Oh, I was so excited. I was like, it's done. Super professional. Hey, professionalism is what I do. I try, chat. We do too many meme streams for that, alright? I try. In the end, he simply answers with a shift of his shoulders, gesturing for her to go on with a tilt of his head. I believe that. I feel like I'm trapped. Movie. Guys, all I was going to do... I'm not taking a lunch. I'm just going to sit here, and while we're doing this, I'm just going to eat the burrito.
Zachary, I'm not the one supposed to be telling her about this. It's still your documentary.
Is it something bad?
Not bad, per se. You guys don't need to dwell on it much.
Bad? Listen here. I wouldn't trivialize what those bowheads wrote if I were you.
What's a
They're
bowhead?
ruining other people's jobs.
Picture of professionalism. Ooh! Abigator, are you in our Discord? If you end up, like, posting your stream in there, I will definitely check it out. I promise.
This isn't a laughing matter, Isabella. Some bowbag just insulted him.
Yes, do it.
Calm down, Rebecca.
Because I always end up checking out the streams eventually.
And it happens
I promise.
I do not ken about you two, but calling the entire film an out-and-out dribble, you're better off watching an educational kids' TV show, and worst 1.5 hour of my life, among other things, isn't exactly a critique any decent movie reviewer would say. If you could call that a critique, did we even watch the same film?
Well, maybe I ain't cut out for it.
Holy
Better stick with my
shit.
photography or something.
They roasted the shit out of our
Nothing else to
boy.
help me open my eyes to what I can and can't do.
You're giving up.
It was just something experimental I did on my free time anyway. It's no big deal.
But you worked on it for months.
Doesn't look like it matters for those people.
Don't say that!
My palm strikes the table, sending tableware on top clinking against each other. Didn't even notice when I rose from my seat. But here I am, chest heaving, looking down at him in the same manner a teacher would any unruly student. Becca's probably proud. Look at that smile. I didn't mean to yell, but there's some things, or some people like, there's some things people like Zach aren't supposed to say. How exasperating. He of all people should know that he's incredibly talented and amazing.
It's just a review.
Just like chat. Like
Except they're
every
pretty
one of
well-known critics.
Why does that matter? They aren't the ones calling the shots on this. Isn't that why they have a committee? Right, Becca?
An amused gleam is in her eyes when I turn to it. Yep. What does she find so entertaining here? Help me here. Your friend's about to quit his passion for a petty reason. For real, chat? Never give up. Never surrender. I haven't read what his people wrote about his work, but a few scathing words shouldn't be enough to discourage someone. It can be, though. I should know. After all, I'm a streamer. Wait, what?
Failing means you're playing, Zach. Not that I'm saying it's bad. I've seen it from start to finish, and I know for myself what you created isn't something people should scoff at. I don't know anything about filming or photography. Hell, I don't have an inkling of artistry in me except for those doodles I make for class. But I know what I watched. Look at Isabella. It's not every day you see her all riled up like this.
Hey, chat. Not to be cynical, but we also didn't watch the film. We talked throughout the entire time about it, the entire time we were watching it, about ghosts. Just saying.
It was a heat of the moment thing. And anyway, I'll be very angry with you if you quit. What about the exhibit?
What exhibit?
Classified information.
Even if I bring you your favorite tonight?
Nope, not a chance.
Oh, come on! I thought we aren't supposed to have secrets.
Thanks, you two. I I might need some time alone to myself for a while. Just to think about things, how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff. Hey, I'm not quitting, Bella. Don't give me that face.
You promise?
I'll be damned if I break any promise I make to you guys. Besides, you're right. It's too early to say anything right now. What's night ain't for another week.
I like Zach. He's a good guy.
Hey, Isabel. You at the office?
Ha ha. Very funny, Rose. I'm hanging up.
Don't, I'm kidding.
It was like a
BRC says the
steak
full-time
and like
copies are ready for Miss
egg and
McCullough to
potato
pick up.
burrito. It was really yummy. She states this as if everything is already explained. Yep. Then out of the blue, she launches into a long rant about the awful state of Luxborn streets. All of which she says in a single breath that I can barely keep up and make out a single word. I stay quiet, if only to avoid becoming the object of her frustration. She's similar to Becca in that regard. So that was lunch chat.
I'm stuck in horrendous traffic right now. Bloody stupid drivers.
Oh my god, Balloon Boy's still going. When she finally ran out of things to complain about and stops, what she says next still has none of what I'm hoping to hear from her. I'm like scared when I don't hear it now. Just a quick mumbled plea for me to meet the right interior designer in her stead and in...
Anyway, I'll leave it to you. Bye. Thanks.
Wow! Classic Rose, she ends the call without even asking for my input. I mean, we're making bank and we're on lunch. Come on, we can go back to work. The sky is cloudless and the noontime sun is beating down on the hard concrete when we leave the cafe. Okay. So we're getting a timeline still. Oh my god, guys. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff members going AWOL lately, not to mention the boss's molecular moods. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather, though, the streets of Luxburn remain constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against pavement and inane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowd filled the humid air. A small reminder of the things we still have to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to Briar Realty for me, Zach to a meeting with a magazine publisher featuring luxurious houses, and Becca to her lessons plans and books at home. But more than once, I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed in a shop window. Did she want to buy something? Maybe I can get it for her for this Christmas. I turned my head at the last shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The world stills. I forgot there's ghosts in this game. I forgot about the ghosts, chat! She looks in me, eyes hollow, gaze piercing and boring into my very soul, like a set of chains to keep my whole body still. There are no shadows or whispers this time, only a plea, a hum, low and indistinct, compelling me, beckoning me, intent on dragging me to the void beyond the glass. I don't dare move. My heart hammers against my ribs, each beat, every thump, screaming at me to look away and make a run for it. But I can't. I couldn't. All of my limbs feel heavy, while my own breathing strains in the face of her calls.
Leave me alone.
Her mouth is stretched in a grin, wide and unpleasant. The panic building up in my chest forces me to take a tentative step back. I try not to stare at the decaying flesh, the blood streaming from the gaping wounds on her arms or her nailless fingers. I don't want this. Not like this. Not after I got what I want for Papa.
Oh no, stop. Leave me alone.
Fortnite Clips, YT, welcome, welcome. Her face contorts, and she lets out a wail, sharp, and utterly unforgiving. Rage. There is only hatred and bitterness, as if the very notion of turning away from her is an offense in itself. Brown111111, thank you for the follow, and I'm glad to hear it's making your day.
Please, I don't want this.
Before I know it, I'm stumbling backwards, my own throat hoarse from the screams I didn't even notice already coming out of my mouth. The back of my feet catches on a loose stone, sending me sprawling on the ground. The resulting pain completely jolts me out of the haze, blurring my mind. For a little while, my surroundings appear unfamiliar, until Becca's face swims into my vision. A look of concern is on her face, and her hands are gripping my arms tightly. Even Zack appears beside himself with worry, while he stands behind her, acting as a shield from a small crowd of onlookers already forming around us.
What happened?
Bella, you okay?
My mouth opens and closes, but nothing comes out. The words refuse to form. On impulse, I sneak a swift glance at the display window. She's gone. Yet the foreboding feeling hasn't left me. My hands are shaking as I push myself off the ground, my weakened limbs relying solely on reflex and muscle memory. Something icy has made its home in the pit of my stomach. I want to throw up. Anything to get this wretched sensation out.
You were screaming.
Yeah, we were.
Zack, call someone.
No, don't. I'm good. I'm good. I need to get to the office. Rose, the floor plans. Someone's going to pick it up. I'll see you later.
Careful. Don't stand up yet. Stay put, Isabella. Zack, you watch over her for me. I'll call for someone.
I attempt to smile to put her at ease, but it likely comes off as a grimace. It's picking up, chat. Gently, I push her hands off my shoulders. My knees are still trembling, but I can stand. Leave. Me. Stay away. Away. The humidity is stifling, everyone stares at unnerving, and Becca and Zack's concerns are suffocating. I don't want to be here. No more. I break into a run. I wish I hadn't left my bed this morning. Here, with only the occasional drips of water in the sink and the whirring of the fan blades to keep my company, it's easy to fall into the cycle of negative thinking. Hold on, did we not go do our job stuff? Girl, we needed to go to Brow Realty. It was like right there. But even with the cutter to keep me company, the room feels a whole lot bigger than usual. I hug my knees closer to a group as a group passes by outside. Loud. So loud. If only there was a way to tune everything out, to keep my head from replaying every image, every sound of her. Do we get like an image? Yeah. Her screams, her awkward gait as she reaches for me, her bone-chilling smile, her pleas for enough. That's enough! A shiver passes through over me, though it's not from the hair hanging damp against my back, nor the draft that enters the room from the windows I've left wide open. My gaze shifts over to the letter sitting on the coffee table, its edges flittering innocuously as the wind touches it. Funny how an ordinary-looking piece of paper can bring this much trouble. Where's Balloon Boy? Is it over? I think it's over. I'm at peace, chat. This is what peace feels like. Have a good one, Abigail. The impulse to throw it away, or rip it to pieces is still there. I can easily do it. But after that, what? Will she leave me? What about those people who've already seen it? Will they be okay? This uncertainty gnaws at me, knowing that she's real and might also go after the people I care about. I just wish someone would listen. Believe me. The abrupt break in silence nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Blindly, I fish out my phone from under the mess of papers and cushions, where I've carelessly thrown it before taking a shower hours ago. Ash's name flashes brightly on the screen. Is he calling me because of this afternoon?
Thank you so much for spamming my inbox, scaredy cat.
Hey, Ash.
What's wrong?
I just had a long day. The couple who bought the house wanted
What a
us
party.
to finish processing the papers within the week. It's a little hectic, but we'll manage.
Really? You sold it?
Don't sound so surprised. I told you, you don't stand a chance. The rights won't take no for an answer. You've been on the losing end from the very start. Ha!
Neat.
Whoever said I was interested in the house in the first place?
But you said...
Despite its light tone, his snicker only comes off as annoying to my ears. I have to fight the urge to end the call right there and then. Stupid Ash.
You're such an ass. And just so you know, I'm not treating you to a separate celebration. Or ever.
No, that's just unfair. And here I was looking something up for you. Didn't you say you wanted to talk to Andrew?
I pause. I did say that, but I didn't think you'd go through the trouble, considering how much you scoffed at the whole topic in the first place.
Is he okay with that?
Totally. Besides, I need to ask him about something. I might as well do it soon. What do you say you come with me tomorrow morning?
Well, there's no harm in it, I suppose. I've got a free day anyway.
Great, I'll just pick you up. Don't oversleep.
Don't compare me to you. I'm not the one who sleeps like a rock.
Another round of chuckles come from him. Oh, I will live for the day he stops making fun of me. Just wait. You asshole! As I'm about to end the call, he clears his throat.
And, Isabella?
His sudden, diffident tone sends my eyebrows shooting up into my hairline. Is the world ending today?
Yeah? Did you forget something?
Do you think we... Never mind. Good night.
Oh, he was about to ask us out, chat? Rude. Completely rude. I didn't even get to thank him. Aww. Ooh, boo. The busy tone through muffled echoes through the receiver. Ah! No one is saying this will work. Even I am doubtful it will. We're talking about the professor, not us and Ash, chat. But right now, I'll take anything. Still the professor, not Ash. Anything to get out of this nightmare. Sleep comes easier tonight, and for the first time in a long time, I dream of clear skies, of unrestrained laughter from children playing in the streets, and of small, cramped dwellings. To an outsider, the sight does not paint a pretty picture. However, this is home to me. Oh, no, like nightmares. Dang, dude. Morning dawns bright and clear the following day. Although the air still feels muggy, I miss the chilly autumn weather. It's one of those rare weekends when I'm up even before my alarm rings. If it wasn't for Ash's call last night, I'd probably sleep in. When 9 a.m. rolls around, I'm already heading downstairs where Ash is waiting for me in his car. His hair's a disheveled mess, eyes drowsy, and overall looking like he hurried to get out of bed. Or fell out of it. Or both. He looks adorably rumpled this way. But I'm not going to tell him that. It only blowed his unbearable ego. Okay, yeah.
Good morning, Ash.
He makes a motion with his finger around his ears. Tone it down.
Can you even drive?
He answers me with a slight raise of his hand, a yawn, and nothing more. He has never been particularly fond of mornings, and for that I'm thankful to every god in the universe, less mental capacity for him to make fun of me. Ha! That's the reason why mornings are my favorite. It doesn't take long for us to reach our destination, the small cafe suited in Luxborn's busiest street, the same one I'd often visit with Becca for its cheap food. I've never gone here on a Sunday, and now it's striking how different it appears without the usual weekday or Saturday rush. The atmosphere especially reminds me of something we have back home, near the university I used to attend. I wonder what happened to it. It was being renovated before I left, so I never got to visit one last time. The place has always had a calming effect on me. But today, despite standing in a place similar to it, anxiety usually washes over me as I step out of the car. Hold on, journal. I'm quite used to dealing with people I've never met before thanks to my work, but still I don't know him. In spite of the fact that both Ash and Becca have vouched for him, what will he think of me and my story? What if he thinks I'm crazy? Hell, my own friends even thought so. I draw on a breath to quell the panic beginning to rise in me. Oh well, only one way to find out. A few hesitant steps forward, then Ash suddenly pulled me back by my elbow.
Hold on, scaredy cat. Not too fast.
Without warning, he flicks my forehead. Hard.
That hurts! What was that for?
He's already walking away when I look up and hurry to catch up to him, puzzled. I don't understand this guy. At least explain why you're flicking onto people's foreheads all of a sudden. So rude.
Get yourself together, will you? He's not going to bite. He's very accommodating, too.
I wasn't scared of him or anything.
You don't look like it. Didn't sound like you were okay last night either.
What was that last one? Hey, don't just ignore me.
Yeah, don't just ignore her. All questions and retorts die on my mouth once he opens the door to the shop. A cast iron bell attached to it chimes softly, announcing our arrival. The smell of freshly brewed coffee welcomes us as soon as we step in. Hey, it's the same place. But most of the customers have forgotten them in favor of more comfortable throw pillows and bean bags the staff has laid out on the floor. Becca would love to know there's something like this on Sunday. She's been complaining about how uncomfortable the library chairs are for so long now. Ash leads me to a secluded spot near the window where an old man, probably in his 50s or 60s, is seating, enjoying a brew and a book.
Professor Clark.
It's just Andrew now. I'm no longer your professor, Detective Inspector Frey.
That's a sentence. The guy, Andrew, looks up from his book and gives him a smile. A sheepish look comes across Ash's face at the older man's admonishment. More unusual, in my opinion, is seeing him appear like a parent has just scolded him. But it suggests a familiarity between the two, one that goes beyond what someone simply expects from a simple student and mentor. While, with another warm smile, he gestures for us to take the seats opposite him.
Have you been waiting long?
Quite some time, but I come here early on weekends. Best time to get their first serving of bear claws. They're the only place that serves it here. I took the liberty of ordering for you two. I hope you don't mind. I thought it'd be best to talk over a decent helping of coffee.
Soon enough, the waiter brings us two more cups and sits down a basket of pastries. God, words are hard today.
Ah, right. Sorry. Isabella, this is Andrew. He's one of my professors back at the university. Andrew, this is Isabella Santos.
Santos. Portuguese? Spanish? Brazilian? Mexican?
Filipina, actually. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor.
Ah, your name carries a lot of history, Miss Santos. Just Andrew is fine. Don't do what Ashton's doing. He doesn't listen to this old man.
Well, he doesn't listen to anyone, more like. The awkward tension typically present in first meetings dissipates after that. I was expecting someone strict and, to an extent, someone severe. But Professor Andrew Clark is definitely the opposite of what I had in mind. Filipinos represent, eh? The more personable kind, similar to a grandfather who dotes on you at family gatherings. It's obvious why Ash is taking a liking to
Ashton tells me there's something you wish to discuss that I could help with. Let's hear it then.
I give Ash he just nods. Okay, Ash doesn't glance as he just nods and gestures towards Andrew with his head. He's leaving this to me. It's my story to tell, after all. I keep it short and concise. I found a letter in this old mansion. Now I'm cursed. Exactly as I told Ash and Zach when they asked about it. I don't mention the name of the place. No use saying it now. Someone legally owns it. No use dragging other people's problems into the mud.
I'm sure it's that letter I found, but I don't know anymore. I just want to know how to escape this nightmare.
Of course. We're talking about the one in Anselm Village, aren't we?
How did you...
Don't look so surprised. There's only one place popular enough here if we're going to talk about hauntings. I once had a colleague who wrote about it and the urban legends surrounding the place. Years worth of study, but fascinating. It's a shame he passed away at such a young age. He would have done a much better job at explaining topics like this one compared to me. Ashton here might disagree.
You don't
it's an
say!
interesting topic in
He
society,
died, huh?
If you care to have an open mind.
How many people that see
Studying
this
the
place
science and
haven't
theory
died?
behind it is completely different from outright believing in it.
You don't believe in those stories, sir?
Now, this isn't a question of belief. All I'm saying is things like these speak a lot about a place's culture and history. And it's not just limited to ghosts. Monsters, gods, you name it. Even you, Miss Santos.
What about me?
Yeah,
How
what?
you respond to these stories. It tells a lot about you and your upbringing, in the same way it tells me why our detective inspector here finds such topics absurd. Interesting, isn't it?
My head is starting to spin from all this. I'm not the smartest person around, but I understand what he's trying to get at, I think? Still too much to take in at once. I look to Ash for help, but his eyebrows are drawn in a frown. If he keeps staring like that at his cup, I think it'll crack soon.
There's still something you're not telling.
Didn't I tell you everything the other day?
Yeah, but you mentioned the rights. Then you proceeded to drop the topic right after. What's with that?
They don't have anything to do with this.
Yeah.
Rights. Luke and Hannah, right?
Yeah, they're the ones who got the place.
I'm not surprised. They're the kind who gets what they want once they set their eyes on it.
From what I've heard, word gets around.
A heavy sigh escapes my lips. Popular or not, they're just my clients. I'll be a little pushy, but just clients. End of story. I wish you'd stop pestering them about them. I know you're trying to help. What is it again that Becca does when dealing with a particularly difficult child? The pesky, annoying kind? I wish I could remember. I could certainly use the same trick about it.
Ashton, look here. I know you're trying to help, but the deal's almost already closed. The papers are being prepared. Once it's done, it's over. I'm just their agent.
Pog.
And when is that happening?
When what? Is there even a purpose to this line of questioning?
Yes.
Your
I'm
working
sure.
relationship with them. When's it going to end?
About a week from now. It depends on how long the approval process would take, but they wanted us to rush it.
Really? You're absolutely sure about that?
Yes, really. Unless they want to buy a house again and want me and Rose to be their agent. If yes, then I don't see a problem with it. Now stop annoying me about it.
Don't accept it.
What? Why? It's my job.
Yeah, literally. Like, what? Oh, Lord, even my younger siblings aren't this difficult to deal with. Then again, Ash is far from a younger sibling to me. If only he'd spell it out, surely I'd understand. Why wouldn't we have to talk? Why wouldn't... We wouldn't even have to talk about it right now. There we go. That's how it is, right? Find an even ground, talk about it like adults we are. Yeah, it wasn't like this before, but somewhere along the way, something has changed in us as people, as friends. I wish there's a way I could tell when or why. Instead, I'm left searching blindly for reasons. The next thing we know, we'll be drifting further and further apart. How frustrating.
Now, kids, settle down. We're not going to solve anything by shouting.